Clash Royale.
All right. This is why we don't do math on the stream.
Yeah, we've tried it before. It doesn't work. Don't do math
not.
when you're casting, guys.
Much like trying to fight fights with less adepts versus more adepts, which is something Stats knows
Generally
all
not
about
good,
after the last 2 games. Macro, a little bit not on point. Now, we had 2 things go very, very well for Classic. Great force fields, really split apart Stats army, good push timing there, and coming into game number 4, this could be it for Stats. And I mean, we've already had 1 SKT player advance. Classic might make it SKT player number 2.
Yeah, could be. We are going to jump into King Sejong Station for map number 4. I love this map. I love watching games on this map. PvP is a lot of fun too, because Blink play is strong, but also oracles are pretty strong. You can get from natural to natural pretty fast. So, you know, there's a lot of different angles you can come from, especially with warp prisms, and if your opponent breaks down his rocks, you could, you know, just shade in adepts that way. It's not hard to get adepts into the mineral lines. It's a very exciting map for PvP.
Certainly very exciting, so definitely let your friends know that we are about to get into game number 4, Stats versus Classic. Protoss Hope will continue after this game, but who is it going to continue with? Game number 4 starts very soon.
The countdown is coming rapid.
All right, well, here we go. Game number 4 starts right now.
To King Sejong Station here for game number 4. Down in the bottom right, in the red, it is Stats. He's on the ropes here. Needs to win 2 in a row to advance in the round of 4.
And on the upper left-hand side of King Sejong Station, our blue Protoss. Representing SKT, it's Classic. And here we go. So yeah, if you guys have ever played Civ 5, you know all about King Sejong. This actually modeled after the Antarctic Research Station. That's why it's frozen.
Even if you don't play Civ 5, which I don't, but I heard actually that you and another friend are playing Civ 5.
Well, we haven't actually done that just yet, but
you're thinking about playing
definitely got to get on that
together. I was thinking maybe I could join you guys, even though I don't know much about the game. It
well,
looks
that's
fun.
Okay. Nothing better than having a friend that loves to play, but also loses a lot.
Yeah,
those are my
you guys
best
can
friends
just wreck
growing
me
up.
over and over, and I could just sit there like I don't know what's going on.
Hey, whatever blows your hair back, man.
I just want nukes. Like I don't care about anything else in this game. Like I just need nuclear technology. Meanwhile, I have like no army.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, no Terrans left in our games tonight. Otherwise, is that why you switched to Terran?
Yeah.
You just wanted nukes?
Yeah, I only make nukes. Of course. That's just the way you have to
The
play.
nuke rush strat, man.
We're going to have a proxy here from Stats, and Classic is going to come in here and notice something is wrong, because he's like, oh, one of your pylons, where is it? I don't know. Well, it's not in your base, so it must be somewhere else.
It's right there, and this is probably going to be early...
he's scouting around. He's like,
harass?
Yeah, it should be an Oracle based on the position here. Even though Classic may know, he's not going to know 100% that it's Oracles, but he should still prepare to stop Oracle harass, because it's a very popular build on this map. It always has been.
Oh man, it's going to be Void Ray harass. That's that's the real way to go. No way. We did see Void Rays in our second game of the night. That's actually kind of cool to see them. Great at denying all those warp prism drops, but it does not look... it's certainly not something that we see all the time. Either way, poor Mr. Probe is going to go down. That's why Blue's Clues is not a StarCraft show. Because Blue would die to those deaths every time.
No. Blue's cute. I don't want that dog to die.
For a long time, I thought Blue was actually the dude and not the dog.
The dude is Steve.
Yeah. Well, I actually never watched the show. It was just on whenever tiny people around me were watching it. I was like, the show makes no sense. Why would you watch this? Well, I mean,
small humans. Is that what you call them, Rabbit?
What are you doing, small humans? They're like, we're watching Blue's Clues. And I'm like, literally, why? It's the dumbest show ever. Oh, man.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Actually,
nice save on the Adepts.
Yeah, Classic being caught out here a little bit. Going to take a little bit of damage. I wonder if he might just fight here. He's not going to be able to with the overcharge. But look at this. There's nothing in the main right now.
Oh, and this Oracle is coming in so quickly. Right on. No!
Turn on your beam! Okay, there he goes.
Yeah, man. If you guys are driving late at night, you got to make like an Oracle and turn on your high beams. Nice to see 6 probes taken out, but is that enough damage?
Well, it's a start. He is going to follow up with Phoenixes, too. Especially once he sees the Stargate here of Classic.
All right, so these Phoenixes should be good enough to keep Classic safe for now. Did he actually kill?
Stats canceled his Phoenix, in fact. Okay.
Just going to go with a 1. It should be enough to push out any Oracle harass coming in.
He's got a second about to finish up here, too. I wonder how many he's going to commit here.
He can actually really stretch this single Phoenix pretty thin. But he does restart that Phoenix right now. I'm not sure. The cancel, the restart. Does have 2 out, so he'll be safe for now against any Oracles and any kind of
Classic was the one who canceled his Phoenix.
All right. I feel when you look at the wrong production tab.
Oh, this happens a lot in mirror matchups for sure.
They're actually really almost the same. No, they're not the same.
Blue and red are basically the same thing, right, guys?
Damn, right? Save did not work. Well, either way, Classic does scout the proxy, so this will be a nice little advantage to killing off a pylon, which will not supply block.
Yeah. I like that Stats cancels the Phoenix. He's just like, well, he's probably got it ahead of me because I saw his Stargate, that it was out, and I saw it was producing and stuff. So, and mine is out there on the map, so he's going to be able to easily scout it with his own Phoenix and take it out. So I'm not going to really be able to defend that with my own Phoenix as an army, so I'm just going to transition into Blink instead.
Well, now we get to see the fruition of these Phoenixes coming in. Don't want to really go in here. Actually, whoa, trying to grab a Stalker here. That is very ambitious. Might lose 1 Phoenix, and he does.
Not the best control there. He picked up a Stalker by accident, and I think he definitely wanted the Sentries. And now he's going to lose an Adept here, trying to get a bit of scouting information on what tech is going on. He's not even starting the
shade on that Adept either, so... Yeah, this is a little bit of a weak harassment schedule, but here comes in this Oracle. It survived.
Look at this, there's nothing in the main again!
Oh my god. Now there are going to be Stalkers that will come up there eventually and should be able to take this down, but 5 more probes get taken out, and the Oracle survives again.
Easy peasy, and not nearly the same amount of damage over here. The Phoenix is actually taking a bit of damage as well. And the Oracle also scouting everything in the main. He knows exactly what techs are out and when they're coming out as well. You know, the timing on the Twilight Council, stuff like that. So he's in a pretty good spot here, Stats.
You know, it's very interesting for me to see PvP sort of take the next change. Oh, finally it gets taken out by those double overcharges. But very interesting to see sort of the next evolution in PvP being this mass adept style, and then you get Archons because they're, you know, good against the mass adepts. I actually would love to see maybe Disruptor play and, you know, throw those in there for what it's worth, but then they shade right on top of your units and you all blow up, so probably why that's not the option.
We need Storm. Players need to research Storm and storm the adepts. They take a lot of damage. I mean, they got a lot of health, but even when they're not shading, they're not all that fast. So
you have to find some way of dealing area of effect damage that doesn't hurt your own units.
Colossi.
Nice.
There you go.
I don't think
you know, this is what you should do. Get 2 Colossi without range. And so when they shade onto you, you just use Colossi instead.
And you don't even need range because they're coming to you.
Exactly.
Perfect.
There you go. I figured out PvP, guys.
Yes,
get on the forums.
Thus spoke Brendan Thustra.
Tell him the Valdez build is the new thing on the block for PvP.
Oh my god. All right, well, actually a nice Stalker sandwich with a meaty Phoenix center. See, that's why Phoenix sandwiches are the best.
And the meat slips outside the buns, and your sandwich is ruined.
No, that's why Phoenix sandwiches are the best, because once you eat them, they just come back to life, and you get to eat them again.
That would be nice. A never-ending sandwich. You got to get one of those 6-foot clubs.
Well, that was actually the original title of the Never-Ending Story, but stories turned out are better than sandwiches. So
yes.
it's That's why they went there.
I mean, sometimes it depends. Oh, look at this. Warp Prism out on the map. He scouts it.
Okay, it's going to turn back to home.
Run away!
No! Warp Prism!
No! Go back. Okay, there he goes.
No, these Adepts are going to save you. It actually turns on the Guardian.
He has Blink. There you go.
But yeah, pushing that away and saving Warp Prism number 1.
Nicely
That's
done.
the one that the President rides on. It's Warp Prism 1.
Yes, Warp Prism 1. The Protoss President chilling in there.
Does Protoss even have presidents? What's the governmental Protoss structure like? Someone out there has actually read the nerds, read the books. There's a Freudian slip there. Either way, here coming in the DTs. 2 of them actually. Okay, yeah, 2 of them getting morphed into an Archon because that is how many it takes, Brendan.
Yes, 2 to make an Archon. You guys can see a perfect example by looking at Tastosis.
That is
true. An Archon, in fact. And look at this, going to fly straight into
the saddest
Phoenixes.
Dark Templar ever. They do get out in time.
Yeah, sad Phoenix, it seems.
Wait.
Or War Prism, rather.
Okay, so they do get morphed. Coming up on this next big fight. Running around to break the rocks in the back. Stats putting the pressure on, but I think
I like this a lot.
Classic's gonna be okay.
Actually, he's shading in 2 Adepts into the third base at the same time. Classic is also harassing here, it seems, and he had his own defense. So he's going to be able to hold on here and do a nice bit of damage himself.
Yeah, and forcing that warp in to be warped in at home is actually really big to stop this pressure that Stats is putting on. So nice to see that. Warp Prism was still alive and still able to get all the way into the main base, and even in a position where you can still harass outside of that overcharge range. You do actually have to hit the probes though, so need to click better. That's my expert advice.
Yes, click better.
You guys gotta
Mr.
click
Pro
real
Gamer.
good. That's how it works.
Yep. These Adepts, once again, Stats wants to try for this, and I don't know how this keeps happening in every single game, but Classic gets ahead in supply every single time.
His macro is just
he doesn't go for any upgrades, and you can see Stats. He's getting +1 once again, and the robotics space. So that's a lot of tech that he's going for. And also keep in mind the Dark Templar. So that's a lot of tech. What are these 2 Immortals are doing over here?
Hello?
Having a picnic.
Hi?
On Sejong Station. Look at this.
Oh, it's a bad rally point.
Oh no!
Oh my!
That might actually just lose Stats the game. I mean, this push was going to be
man,
strong
it's the
regardless.
Flank. He's going to flank with 3 Immortals, man. That's what wins him. Yeah. So he's like, "Where are my Immortals? Where'd they go?"
Look at the army of Stats compared to Classic once again.
Yeah, Classic just on top of the macro at this point. Doesn't want to get force fielded out. That's a very real possibility. And there are a couple of nice force fields coming down here. That first Archon in the front will go out, and those Immortals still standing perfectly still for Stats.
Yeah, I think a better concave here for Classic, a better place to fight in here. Even the Phoenixes could try to pick up some Stalkers perhaps, or maybe even these Adepts. He's going to win this fight. The Immortals will never move.
Half the Stalkers aren't even fighting there.
Now we know that Stats does not use the select all army key.
Yeah, man, you got to hit that F2. What are those Immortals doing? I mean, they're not changelings, guys. They're actually Immortals.
That they are, and Stats, he's hurting for it. You know, the supplies don't tell the story. He's actually down a lot more supply because he does not have those 3 Immortals.
Yeah, there's not like there's even any like pylons to overcharge. There's 1 right there, and it is going to be needed gravely. But this push coming in for Classic could just end this game. Third base, very crucial. But here's the Disruptor.
You were talking about it. He heard you. He's going for it, getting a nice little hit there. Needs another one, though. The cooldown on that Disruptor pretty long here. Classic continuing to win this fight.
Here we go. Disruptor shot number 2. Need to send that one out there. Here it comes right on in. Huge hits.
Oh.
Actually, this is going to turn the tide of this fight, and it very well could be. Here's another Purification Nova. Does not actually hit quite as well.
And the Immortals are still not in the fight. They're still on the left side of the map. Man. They're still just chilling.
There are actually 3 Disruptors out here, so this actually could be pretty huge. So
why didn't he pick up the Disruptors with his Phoenixes? He had 3 of them. He could have picked up 1 by 1. Here we go once again.
Oh my god, he's just not microing versus those Purification Novas. Stats comes out with a huge victory, and he's going to get both Okay, well, that's a pretty sick save. There we go. Hey, Immortals. How's it going?
How's it hanging?
What's up?
Back from your picnic.
Yeah, man.
Slacking on the job.
That was actually really bad by Classic. He just did not micro versus those disruptors at all.
I think he didn't expect them, you know. He's like, what? Wait, what is that unit? I haven't seen that in like 4 months in Korea.
Okay, well, 2 overseers, or they're not overseers. That was last game.
Yes.
Those are observers.
Different race.
They start with the same O.
Yes.
They do basically the same thing. All right.
Well, Classic's push fails, and now Stats has the Immortals.
Okay, but it's going to be Disruptors versus Disruptors.
Here we go again. We're going back to the old meta, guys. Although not enough Blink Stalkers here. Lots of Adepts in the mix. And the Temple Archives for Stats was actually at his 3rd base, but now he's got to remake it because it was taken out. And the Dark Shrine, I believe, is still out on the map. 2 observers were sniped. There is 1.
They're those 3 disruptors right there. I was kind of worried that was another bad rally point. They were going to get picked off, but no, they're there on purpose. Does have to watch out. Oh, nice pickoffs.
Look at the
neither one of these players
right now
really microing versus those purification overs extremely well. But yeah, like you mentioned, the supplies actually do definitely favor Classic.
I want to see exactly why. He has 18 Adepts to 8. 4 Disruptors to 5. Here we go, more Purification Novas coming out.
Yeah, I think one actually might have clipped that Archon. Archons are so fat, but it's not actually fat, it's actually just energy.
Yes.
Well, I guess fat is energy in a stored form.
Yeah, there
right?
you go. Yeah. They are fat.
There you go.
Sorry, Archons.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, sorry, Tasos.
we're not body shaming the Archons. It's actually just energy in a different form.
Look at this. I mean, Stats has not been warping inconsistently as consistently as Classic. Classic has so many Adepts right now, 29 to 7.
God. That actually could hurt him, though, if Stats gets these huge disruptor shots off.
It's really going to be about the
He's going to
disruptor
shade right on top.
Oh, coming in. Oh, the disruptor gets lifted. The one that actually sent out the shade. Here we go.
Oh my God, the Nova's so huge! And look at all of these Adepts just gonna get taken out. But is there enough left over for Stats or for Classic?
I think Stats holds on here.
Oh my God, Stats staying alive. Even those
the lift again.
Okay, nice lift in there. And here come the counter Purification Novas. Those will be big hits. And
such a close fight, man.
God, this is Devastation Nation.
The, what was it, the 40 army supply that Classic was up actually just gets annihilated immediately by Purification Novas.
Oh my God. I should have said Devastation Station instead
Yeah, don't say that other word.
King Sage. Casting, how does it work? It's hard, man. All right, well, nice positioning here on the Stalkers. Needs to blink on it. Right in time. Nice snipe.
Nice pick off there. And we're actually going right back into that meta. It's all Stalkers and Disruptors here.
Where are my Tempests? We're going a little bit later in this game than I think either one of these players might have suspected. Both with big advantages, but Disruptors the answer. At least for Stats, Classic has just refused to micro against these Disruptors. He must have lost like 20 Adepts off of just missing out on those. You can blink it out, and that will save those Stalkers.
There's one probe in there. He's like, it's day 2, and they still haven't noticed I'm an Adept. Or a probe, rather, not an Adept.
If you survive long enough, then you become a great caster and game developer on day 9. Either way, pushing on and trying to harass this base, forcing all the probes off the line, and that is, oh my God, the purification! It catches everything and simultaneously kills all headphone users.
Yes. There you go.
They are dead guys right now.
Another full mole trap casting the nuke there. That was insane. That was insane. Shout outs to mole trap.
Oh my God, absolutely great moment. Another pickoff on those Stalkers, slow on the blink.
Oh boy.
I remember that moment. That nuke was insane.
That was insane, man. And look at this.
Times.
Now we got a Warp Prism going into the main with the DTs. And I think this may be a response to the fact that he picked off a lot of observers.
Oh, another huge Purification Nova. Nice split though. But the next one catches like 7 or 8. These Novas are gigantic. But both players on top of their Nova game.
DT's getting the main. Oh, the big blink. He gets on top of the Disruptors here.
Oh, and now these Adepts need to split, but they're not going to split well enough. More Novas coming out is going to catch that Archon. This is going to be Stats with a huge advantage. These Novas are just working out way too well.
I think that's going to be it. There's only Adepts left over. A couple of awkward Phoenixes trying to get into the fight here. Nice lift on the Disruptor, but there's just way too much stuff here for Stats.
Yeah, and he can even kill off all of these Adepts with more Purification Overs, which once again, Classic isn't microing against. He warps in right on top of him, and Stats is going to take this game.
We're going to game 5. There we go. Stats immediately takes off his headphones. I'm like, did I miscall that? Did he actually win 3-1? No, not the case, guys. We are going to go to a game 5 between these two Protoss players.
Oh my god, this is so sick. And so from a professional competitive standpoint, that was not very well played from Classic. He died a lot on those Purification Overs. But from a spectator standpoint and a caster standpoint, that was so fun to watch. There's nothing I love more than just watching these meaty Purification Novas right on top of a million units. So satisfying.
I'm glad we got those units back. I was wondering where they had gone. I'm glad they're back in the game. I'm glad they enabled them once again.
They have great weight. They were disabled, too strong.
They're buggy, you know. It's like you need to wait, you know.
Well, it fixed up all those issues, and I'm actually super happy to see them coming back. It's a great counter to Mass Adepts when your opponent refuses to micro them.
We were talking about this in game 3, I think it was, where it's like eventually players are going to be mixing in AoE to deal with that high of a number of Adepts. You saw Classic had a huge lead in army supply, but he had less Disruptors, and once Classic got the hit on like 12 Adepts at once, it was just immediately an even fight from there.
It certainly was. Well, it didn't stay even for long as Classic dropped game number 4 to send us to game number 5, which will be coming up in a second, which means that both of your predictions were wrong.
Oh, there we go.
I think it was
down.
I think the TL predictions are also a little bit wrong there, too. I think it was a 3-1 also predicted there. Either way, if you guys did your TLPD predictions before the games, let me know. If you are still on par to win those juicy points. I did not, because I am a bad nerd. I did not vote.
You were
on
a bad nerd
games.
today.
Aww.
That you were. At least you were doing your studying.
That was very
Rapid
true.
came prepared. He's got his papers.
Well, most of these are just bad jokes.
He's like, I'm going to make a joke about Dalmatians. I don't know exactly how, but I'm going to fit it in.
Man, I did not write that one down. If I wrote that one down, I was like, yeah, man, this is
so funny. This is so good. I have to write it down and prepare it for the cast because
man.
I have to say it.
It's like it just won't be complete.
Yes.
I just have to give job security to Wolf so that he can come back in here and make it look actually pretty good. Oh, my God.
No, they'll hate him less for casting that other game instead. If I make this joke, yeah.
No, man, HOTS is a expansion for StarCraft, man.
Yeah, that it is.
I still go back in time and play that.
You know,
I just played the campaign
I think it's on the
yesterday.
same client, actually.